John Fitzgerald Kennedy, often referred to as JFK, remains one of the most iconic figures in American history. Born on May 29, 1917 in Brookline, Massachusetts, he emerged from a prominent political family to become the 35th President of the United States, serving from January 20, 1961, until his tragic assassination on November 22, 1963. His life, marked by charisma, ambition, and a commitment to public service, unfolded against the backdrop of a rapidly changing world, defined by the Cold War, civil rights struggles, and technological advancements. Kennedy was the second of 9 children born to Joseph P. Kennedy Sr., a wealthy businessman and influential political figure, and Rose Fitzgerald Kennedy, daughter of a Boston mayor. The Kennedy family's wealth and connections provided young Jack, as he was nicknamed, with opportunities that shaped his future. Despite a frail constitution, plagued by illnesses like scarlet fever and later Addison's disease, JFK displayed resilience and a competitive spirit, traits instilled by his ambitious father. He attended Harvard University, graduating in 1940 with a degree in international affairs. His senior thesis, Appeasement at Munich, analyzed Britain's pre-World War II policies and was later published as Why England Slept, earning him early recognition as a thoughtful observer of global events. World War II interrupted his plans for further study, and in 1941, he enlisted in the U.S. Navy. Kennedy's wartime service cemented his reputation as a leader. In 1943, as commander of the patrol torpedo boat PT-109 in the Pacific Theater, his vessel was rammed and sunk by a Japanese destroyer. Displaying remarkable courage, JFK led his crew to safety, swimming for hours to a nearby island while towing an injured man with a life preserver strap clenched in his teeth. For this act of bravery, he received the Navy and Marine Corps Medal. The ordeal, however, exacerbated his chronic back problems, a burden he carried for life. After the war, Kennedy entered politics, encouraged by his father's unfulfilled ambition to see a Kennedy in the White House. In 1946, he won a seat in the U.S. House of Representatives from Massachusetts' 11th District. His charm, good looks, and war hero status resonated with voters. In 1952, he advanced to the Senate, defeating incumbent Henry Cabot Lodge Jr. in a closely watched race. During his Senate tenure, Kennedy authored Profiles in Courage, a Pulitzer Prize-winning book that celebrated political bravery. Yet his early career was not without criticism. Some viewed him as overly cautious on issues like McCarthyism. His marriage to Jacqueline Bouvier in 1953 added glamour to his public image, and the couple's elegance would later define the Kennedy mystique. In 1960, Kennedy narrowly defeated Richard Nixon to become the youngest elected U.S. president at age 43, and the first Catholic to hold the office. His inaugural address, with its famous call to ask not what your country can do for you, ask what you can do for your country, set an inspiring tone for his administration. Kennedy's presidency was a whirlwind of triumphs and challenges. He faced the escalating Cold War, most notably during the Cuban Missile Crisis of October 1962, when the world teetered on the brink of nuclear war. His steady leadership in negotiating the Soviet Union's removal of missiles from Cuba remains a defining moment of his legacy. Earlier, however, the failed Bay of Pigs invasion in 1961, an attempt to overthrow Fidel Castro, marred his foreign policy record. Domestically, Kennedy championed civil rights, though his approach was initially measured. He proposed legislation that would later become the Civil Rights Act of 1964, and his support for racial equality grew more vocal after witnessing the violent resistance to integration in the South. His vision for the new frontier also included ambitious goals like landing a man on the moon, a dream realized in 1969, years after his death. On November 22, 1963, Kennedy's life was cut short in Dallas, Texas, when he was shot while riding in an open motorcade. The assassin, Lee Harvey Oswald, was arrested but killed days later, fueling decades of conspiracy theories. The Warren Commission concluded Oswald acted alone, though skepticism persists. Kennedy's death at age 46 shocked the world and left an indelible mark on American culture. His presidency, though brief, is remembered for its idealism and the promise of progress. The Kennedy family's subsequent tragedies, brother Robert's assassination in 1968, and son John Jr.'s death in a 1999 plane crash, only deepened the sense of a cursed dynasty. John F. Kennedy's life and times reflect a blend of privilege, valor, and vision. He navigated a nation through perilous moments, leaving behind a legacy of inspiration despite his unfinished agenda. Today, more than 6 decades after his death, JFK endures as a symbol of hope, a reminder of what might have been, and a testament to the enduring power of leadership in turbulent times. For more information on history and travel, subscribe to our channel. Check out the audiobook in the description below on JFK. Your host Steve Collette signing off.